Welcome to another end video. Today we are doing the front splitter, carbon fiber from APR, and I think it will look fantastic. Cue the intro. First we have to take off the front bumper, and you can reference the front bumper removal video that we have on the end playlist for that. Enjoy the time lapse. Next thing we have to do is put the bumper onto the splitter. And we gotta line it up and that it where it matches the back. You want to make sure it's equal distance on either side. Since I'm quite a perfectionist, this might take a little bit. Looks pretty cool, I would say. Now we got to clamp it so it doesn't move, and we will drill through the bumper into the pre-existing holes that the splitter came with. At the moment, I think our best bet is to lift one side, drill those holes, lift the other side, drill those holes, and then we'll be able to screw them on, cementing it to the bumper. Let's try it out. What we just did there was 2 bolts here and here. Those are in. We're going to do this side next. Same thing on the other side. We're going to tighten these 6 bolts down, and then we're going to move on to the front. These nuts are 10 millimeter, and then you need a 5/32 Allen, or at least one that works. All right, off to the 4 in the front. So we just put it to the side. That way we can see better inside. If you check this out, there's going to be a 3/4 inch spacer that goes in between there. That way when you tighten it down, it doesn't like pull this and break it and stuff. We'll drill all 4 holes. This is where the long bolts come in handy. Put the washer on, put it through, and as you're putting it through, put the spacer in. Get it in that hole. And we gotta come to the other side. Where is it? I'll put it down. And we just do that for the rest of them and tighten them down. So obviously we couldn't fit a socket in there, so we just used vice grips. The next thing to do is to put the struts on the front here, and for that I believe we do have to drill the holes in the splitter. And before you guys kill me and chastise me, I am putting it to the plastic bumper. This is what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I'm going to put it directly in the center of this, and I'm going to angle it just a little bit so it's not too much of an angle. But the key to this is to get it symmetrical on both sides. When I place this one, I'm going to measure how far out from this dip, and then we're going to measure the same distance from this side. And that should give us a perfectly symmetrical rod angle. I'm using a 3/16 drill bit, and we're going to go right in the center. Just like that. Now that that's done, we're going to install this. Obviously these measurements, you don't have to go by these at all, but this is what I'm doing. This is what I think looks better, looks cool. And if you really wanted to have structural integrity, you would mount this to the actual bumper. But knowing that this doesn't really provide that much downforce, I'm not really too worried about it. Okay, right this and that. Okay, I think that looks good. So now what we're going to do is measure from this dip. Doesn't have to be perfect, but for me it needs pretty spot on. So it looks like 5/8. Yeah. Tighten down these bolts, these nuts. Symmetrical to me. Check that out. Next thing to do is to put the bumper on, jack up the car. That way we can get underneath and drill the last 2 bolts that go into the skid plate. Looks awesome. Really cool. Next thing we got to do is put those 2 bolts in the backside, and we're done. I got my Pittsburgh, Chicago, you know, the best in tooling. Okay. thinking put one here. That's in. Okay, next one. Okay. Tighten it down all the way. We're on the home stretch. All right, now I don't think that's going anywhere, and it shouldn't flop around or anything like that. I think this install is done. It's turned out pretty good. The only thing I don't like is that there's no way to clip the front bumper, like the clips that are on the bottom, there's no way to clip them back after you put the splitter on. So other than that, fit up was perfect and pretty easy to install. So hopefully you check out our other end videos on the playlist marked Veloster N, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for staying this long in the video. We just got done with the fenders. That'll be out next week. See you then.